Hello and welcome back to my channel. I trust that you all are doing well. Welcome back to my channel. I am so happy to have you back here. Yes, I took a break. I haven't got around to doing another Instagram live, but I decided to come on here like really quickly and do this video because this is a question that I keep getting, and I'm sure I have covered this before. I'm not exactly sure when, but I decided to do this video to address this issue. And of course, by the title, you already know what we're about to talk about. So if you are interested in topics of leveling up, hypergamy, personal growth, etc., make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate that very much. And of course, turn on the bell notification so that you know when I upload another video. And check out the links in the description. You can come join my Patreon. I go live on there twice a week. I go live in the book club, and I do a live every Thursday on Patreon. We do it via Zoom, so it's interactive. You guys can come on, ask your questions, have discussions. We discuss in-depth topics that we do not put out on YouTube. So if that's something that you're interested in, make sure you check the links in the description. If not, keep supporting me here on YouTube, follow me on Instagram, and all that jazz. So let's get into it. So the question is, and I've gotten this question so many times, I've seen it so many times. What do you do when your so-called, and I'm saying so-called for a reason, your so-called high-value man decides to take back all the gifts that he has given you during the period of your relationship after a breakup? Now, this is something that happens very commonly. It happens more often than we think, and I have to be honest and say that, I have never experienced the misfortune of something like that happening to me. I've never had a guy take back gifts from me, and it has never happened to me. And, knock on wood, thank God for that. I never had to deal with that issue, but we've seen it happen so many times. We've seen it happen in the media. I mean, just recently there was a story coming up from Africa where this girl was dating this millionaire or billionaire. When they broke up, he took everything back. Even the situation with V. Stiviano, that issue with Donald Sterling that happened years ago. That was a crazy situation as well. She had to give everything back, and he wasn't the one that took everything back. It was his wife that sued her. So ladies, if you're dating a guy and you're accepting gifts and stuff from that guy, please look at the laws, especially this guy is married. Please look at the laws in your state or in your country, because in some countries and some states, the wife can legally sue you to get all the gifts back. So that's something that you ladies have to look into. But, those cases are unique cases, because the chances of his wife or his girlfriend or whoever or his family coming back to take back the gifts and the stuff that he bought you is very slim. I see it happening in certain cultures where the family are very involved in his life, because it happens here in my country among, the Indian population. You'd be dating a guy or you'd be married to a guy, and, you break up or divorce, and it's the family that is fighting you in court to get the stuff back. It's the same thing that happened to Anna Nicole Smith. She married that old guy. He left her a lot of stuff, and his family had her in court up until the day she died. First things first, you should consider the fact that this guy could very well be a narcissist. When I give someone a gift, I give it out of the goodness of my heart, and I don't look back. So usually when you're in a narcissistic situation and the narcissist gave you a gift, what you should look out for, and this is a clear indicator that there could be a possibility that he would want that stuff back after a breakup, is the fact that he keeps reminding you that he bought you this gift. He keeps reminding you of all the things that he's doing for you. When someone constantly reminds you of what they do for you and what they give you, they never miss an opportunity to remind you. That is a narcissist. That is not a normal person, because narcissistic people, first of all, they do not like to help people. Narcissists, psychopaths, like these personality disorders, they do not like to help people. When they have to help someone, there's something in them that really drives them crazy, like they can't do it. The only time they will do it is when it benefits them, or they're seeking to extort favors from you. They're doing it for a reason, okay? They're doing it to keep you, quote unquote, happy, keep you quiet, keep you. They're not doing it because, you know, they like you, they love you, or they're just giving you this because they want to give it to you, because they want to make you happy. That's not why they're giving you gifts and doing things for you. So if you're in a situation and you're dating a guy, you know, a quote-unquote so-called high-value man, we did redefine or define what a high-value man is on my Patreon some months ago. But anyways, a guy that is constantly reminding you what he did for you, all the things that he bought for you, to guilt you into, for whatever reason, whatever his agenda or whatever. When he's doing that, trust and believe he did not give you those gifts or do those things for you because he likes you or loves you or whatever. He's doing it for a reason. He has an ulterior motive. He is doing it to control you. And that is why he will constantly remind you what he did for you. It's not just men. It happens with family members, co-workers, friends. If you have someone in your life who is doing this to you, okay, they take you out to dinner, they have to remind you and talk about how they did this for you and how they took you out to dinner and they covered the bill and blah, blah, blah. If you are in a situation where someone is doing that to you, that is a narcissistic, toxic person, and you have to remove yourself far away from that person, okay? Cut that person out of your life. I don't care if it's if it's a family member, relatives, friend, or whatever it is, boyfriend, you need to cut that person out of your life because that is not normal behavior. Normal people do not behave like this. I do not behave like this. When I do things for people, I don't remind them. In most cases, I forget about it, you know? But anyway, so you have to look for the signs that this could possibly happen, okay? So if this has happened then during the relationship, trust and believe that there's a high chance that he's going to want to take everything back from you during the breakup and after the breakup. Okay, so that's one thing you got to look out for. Another thing you have to look out for, because, you know, like I do not know what to tell you. I can't help you if you are already in this situation and it already happened. There's nothing I can do to help you. But the most I can do is help you avoid that situation, because, you know, if someone takes the gift back from you, I'm not going to be like, oh girl, you better go get that stuff back and it was a gift. Like, no. You need to cut your losses, take your L, and move on. So another thing you have to look into is his ex. I'm sure there is something that you can find out about his ex. I do not care what you have to do. I don't care if you have to go snooping around. I don't care if you have to hire a private detective or whatnot. Find out what's going on with his ex and why they broke up and how the breakup ended. Because if he took everything back, then trust and believe he's going to do that to you as well. And sometimes you don't even have to, you know, go looking for information. You can ask him yourself. You can ask him, like, you know, what happened to your ex or whatnot. And usually if you're dealing with a narcissist, because, you know, usually that is the case when you're dealing with a narcissist, someone who would do something like that, they will go on and be very negative about their ex and they will keep talking about all the things that they did for their ex and how the ex was ungrateful and, you know, the ex was, you know, was blah, blah, blah. And, you know, they make themselves out to be the victim and I'm such a good guy and blah, blah, blah. If you hear that type of language, that type of speech, then there is a strong possibility that when you break up with him, he's going to try to take everything back. He's going to take the car back, the house back, because I've seen it happen. I see it happen all the time. So, you know, you really have to, you know, pay attention to these men. A lot of women want to date high-value men, which usually means a man who is financially successful, financially stable, someone who's wealthy. And the thing is, you gotta know, you gotta understand that if someone is wealthy, in most cases, like I feel like literally 9 out of 10, they didn't become wealthy by being a nice person and being generous, you know, because these people can be very cutthroat. And if you're dealing with someone like that, expect the breakup to be crazy, because you're not dealing with a normal human being with compassion, empathy, and rationality at the end of the day. So find out what his relationship was like, his last relationship, his previous relationships, his exes. Find out about that. And usually if it's a narcissist and you ask a question about the ex, they will usually go off on a tirade talking about their ex and being very negative. So, you know, look out for that. Once you figure out what the type of person that you're dealing with, if you feel like, you know, this person is a narcissist and this person is, if you feel like this is going to happen, all I can say is get stuff that you can sell. You know, if he's giving you gifts, it should be like jewelry and stuff like that, like stuff that you can sell. And, you know, if you sell that stuff, you know, he doesn't have to know what you do with the money. You can invest the money. You can put a down payment on property that he doesn't have anything to, doesn't know anything about. But honestly, if I were you, I wouldn't take a car from a guy unless it's on my name. And therein also lies a lot of risk with that. Because if you decide to allow him to buy you a car and it's on your name, if he decides to dump you or whatnot, then you are left with the car note, the payments, etc. You are left with that liability. So what I would do if I were you, I would accept gifts that you can sell, like maybe jewelry, designer handbags, whatever it is. And also, if this guy is buying you a house, please make sure that the deed and everything is signed over onto your name. If he decides to break up with you, then you are more than likely going to be left with the mortgage, and you should be in a situation where you should be able to pay that mortgage on your own. Because you all know, in my community, on my platform, I do not believe in depending on a man 100%. You know, so if you are dependent on this man for everything, your livelihood, your finances, and you're dependent on this man 100%, this guy can very well take advantage of you. And he doesn't even need to be a narcissist to do that. You know, he can just be an asshole or whatnot, or bitter or angry with you or whatnot for whatever reason, or, you know, playing games. Men are crazy, okay? But the first thing you need to do to avoid that, honestly, because I should have mentioned this first, is ensure that you are financially independent of that man. If you are dating a man and he's doing things for you, it shouldn't be a situation where you are completely dependent on him for everything, for the roof over your head, the food on your table, your lifestyle, etc. Because I do not want to see another woman literally out on the streets with nothing after she's been in a relationship. So my advice to you is, if he's giving you money, please, for the love of God, invest that money. Start that online business you've been thinking about. You know, buy some stocks, do something with that money, and don't just run out there and buy a Chanel bag or whatnot. Like, please think long term, because men are fickle, and, you know, they can switch at any time. So that's all I have for you, ladies. You know, I'm not going to sit here and tell you how to get the stuff back if he takes it back from you. All I can say for that is take your L, move on, learn from that experience, and not let it happen again. Okay? So that's all I have for you, ladies, today. I hope this was helpful. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye. Oh, by the way, I know you guys have noticed that the name of the channel has changed. So I've already discussed this on my Instagram Live, also my Patreon, and on Facebook. So, you know, the ladies that are following me on those platforms already know why the name of the channel has changed. It's because there is a lot going on in the hypergamy community, and the hypergamous community is being infiltrated by a lot of bad actors. The word hypergamy is being thrown around, and it's just starting to look like a dirty word now. So I decided to drop the word altogether, and the name of the channel is now SAS, and the meaning of SAS is Secret Affluence Sisterhood Society. That's what it means for now. And yeah, I hope you guys like it. And yeah, just for you guys who didn't know why the name of the channel was changed, because I had someone send me a screenshot of the channel and they were like, oh my God, Maria, someone is stealing your content and posting it on your channel. No, they're not. It's just me. I just changed the name. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. And again, bye.